If I go back to my time about 2 years ago when I was managing the podcast and my job, I was eating, but I was eating more junk food, by the way. But I was so skinny and I was barely sleeping and I was working so hard. And one of the hardest things for me is I always compare myself to that level of me. And I think I was such a hustler. I was so hardworking. I pushed myself so much. And I was ill because I remember going to one of my friend's weddings and I sat there and I said, I think I'm going to faint. I think I'm going to collapse. And I was eating. It wasn't that. It was like my body, I think, was under so much stress, but I lost so much weight and I wasn't sleeping.
The problem here is you're looking at one variable. You're looking at the variable of weight, but it impacts so many things.
Yeah.
We don't see everything that's happening internally.
True.
Your body might not react with weight gain, but maybe some other things are happening. So I always tell people, let's say this is the perfect state of health, and this is, you put your hand here is the perfect state of health, 1 foot distance, the other hand, that's the state of being diagnosed with a disease.
Yeah, so true.
You can be hovering here, thinking you're great, and you have. So we don't know. It's very hard to measure. What I try and spread with people is a way of being closer to the optimal health state levels without over-obsessing, because even that is bad for you because it increases cortisol. So I always tell people it doesn't matter. Like when they are on a health journey and they go, oh my God, Yalda, I had a cheat meal. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Just continue. Continue, because the good choices accumulate and play in your favor.
100%. I mean, the reason I really wanted to bring that up is I think so many people just focus on weight and say that you're healthy if you're skinny. And I went to a reformer Pilates class yesterday and there was 3 people in the room, me and 3 people. One of them was in their 60s and the other 2 were in their 50s. I found it so much harder to do these small movements, these exercises compared to these people. And it reminds me of the fact that, when people say, oh, I couldn't do that, I'm too old. But you're never too old to do anything because all of those people in the room were fitter than me. None of those people were as slim as me, but it did not mean that they were not healthier than me. It did not mean that I was healthier than them.